Okay, so it's been like 3 weeks, I think, since we talked about the Camaro. And I finally decided to pull the rear end out today. And we're going to break open the case and see the carnage. So, ain't nothing to it but to do it, I guess. Let's take a look. So I got it out of the car. It's up on jack stands. Getting ready to drain the fluid out. Probably should have done that when it was in the car. Didn't think about it, but this will work too. We got brake fluid leaking everywhere. We got random self-tappers holding stuff together, laying on the floor. Oh, buy stuff on Facebook Marketplace, guys. You never know what you're gonna get. Let's crack this thing open. I'm sure y'all know to leave your top one kind of a little bit tight so you can crack it and not have to worry about it. I had already loosened all these before, so. It smells terrible, but then again, gear oil smells terrible regardless. So, let's rotate it over. Give her a good smack. There's a little bit of glitter. Good times. Good times. So on initial looks, I mean, we can see there's metal in the oil. There's tons of metal on the drain plug magnet. And it's still tough to turn over. But let me just show you the kind of stuff that I found out after I bought it that had been done to this thing. So when I bought this, the guy told me that it was a built 410 gear with a mini spool and something about the brakes or something like that. Stock axles, blah, blah, blah. And it's got the little brace on the back of the cover, like the ring for the ring things. Anyway, so after the initial issues that I had with it, we opened this thing up, and this is what we saw. He had ground out a posi unit carrier to be able to fit this mini spool in here, and then also we found out that it's only a 390 gear. It's not a 410 gear. Whatever. Asked him about it. Oh, I ordered a 410. Okay, cool. But counting the teeth, doing the math, it's only 390. And we broke the spool. Well, didn't break it. The spool wasn't shimmed, and it was moving a lot, and it actually separated. That's not what we have here, apparently. But they do seem like they're very spread apart. I don't know if that could be the problem. That there is where it initially, that little chunk that you see there that looks like it's breaking off, but it's really not. What that is the first time that this thing had an issue, I didn't want to buy a new mini spool just because I knew that I would eventually change the rear end. So I just wanted to make it work to try to make a race. So what we did is where it had cut the edges off of the spool, we just added a little bit of metal, ground it down, made it smooth. It's fine. Obviously, that's still there. I was kind of worried that may have broke out, but it didn't. So, that's what we had. That's why I say now, be careful what you buy on Facebook Marketplace. No matter how nice the people are, no matter how much they tell you that I wouldn't want you to think I was lying to you. Check everything you possibly can when you buy something. I still love this car. I still am glad that I bought the car, but had I known what I know now, and you know, hindsight's always 20/20. You can always say what you want to say. Had I known what I know now, I don't know if I'd bought it. Because I bought it as a ready to race, no problems at all. I'm not even talking about the big, huge transmission leak that's under here, but that's a story for a different day, I guess. No problems at all. had it parked on a piece of his driveway. Look, you can look under it. It's sit here for 3 months. There's no leaks, no nothing, all this bunch of stuff. And, well, just to be honest, I've had nothing but trouble out of it. But that's fine, because I like to do stuff like this. But it would have probably swayed my buying decisions. So, like I said, at initial glance, I can't tell what's going on in here. We're going to roll it over a few times. May try to pop the spool out of there. It's very tight, so I don't know what I'm going to end up doing. May try to get the C-clips off of there. I can't even see. There's one on that side. I can't see this side. I still have the brakes on here, so I may pull those off. I don't know. We'll see what we find. Well, it's been a couple minutes, and I think I figured out what we got going on. I don't know how I'm going to show you, but I'll try. What I'm doing is I'm just spinning the axles in there and looking at the ring and trying to see what I can of the pinion gears, and they all look fine. But what I noticed is that the driver's side is rotating. It gets tight, and I look over and sorry y'all are looking at my nose. I look over and the passenger side isn't moving. So that tells me we more than likely got an axle, probably stripped some splines, and that makes sense. 28 spline axle, factory axles, I reckon. Spraying 150 shot essentially off the line, and a cobbled together rear end. It's pretty much what I would expect. So I'll try to show you and see if you can see this. All right. So it's stuck right there. I can't do it by hand. I go backwards, and the ring and pinion is moving. But the passenger side is not moving. So there we go. I don't know, the issue is figured out. I literally could probably, well, I mean, I can't because the spool is for 28 spline. I'd have to replace all that. This literally could have been a very cheap fix if it had been done the right way the first time. The spool is probably got boogered up on their splines too, and the axle obviously is boogered up. I mean, it could just be the spool. I don't know. I don't know, but there's a lot of metal in that pan and on that magnet. So it's looking like that's what it is. So I'm in the market for a 9-inch already ready to bolt in for an F body. I would like a 410 gear, 411. I don't think I'd want a 456, and I think I'm going to go with a locker so that I can still street drive it, you know, like around town and stuff like that. So yeah, we have a game plan now at least. It sucks. It's going to be expensive, but it's what we need to continue this journey in the GM world. My buddy said, time to put a Ford rear end in it. Ford's making GMs go down the track since 1974 or something like that. I don't know. And then they make fun of me too, and they say, yeah, it'd be nice if you had a Fox body with a 9-inch rear end in it. Because I had a Fox body with a 9-inch rear end. So anyway, there we go. That is the saga of the 10-bolt rear end. I guess I'm going to go get on the internet. Find something to buy. Alright guys, I appreciate you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, do all that cool stuff to follow along with this and anything else that we decide to do. So, alright, thanks much. Y'all stick with me. We'll see what we can do. Thanks guys. God bless.